some stuff. Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week. And, oh, I got to put us on there first. Yeah, that too. Okay, there we are. All right. How you doing, Doug?
I am doing fine, Mike. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I mean, considering that I'm still not on the Facebook anymore. I mean, they put me on right after the show Tuesday. I went upstairs and I worked, turned on the computer, and just for fun, I went to Facebook and I all of a sudden was there. So I thought, well, that's cool. And I went through everything, decided I was going to change my password, decided I was going to do whatever I got to do to secure it and lock it down. And then I noticed there were 2,700 people I was following, and I don't follow 2,700 people. Or not 27, maybe it was 1,600, I think it was. Anyway, so I started deleting the follows, because a lot of these, I know, the reason I even was suspicious, I was on my timeline, all these Indian and Bangladeshian accounts came up. And I don't know anybody in Bangladesh, and I don't know anybody in India. So I figured, okay, so they must have been done while they cracked my account. And so I deleted all of them, and I'm back down to 700. So I thought, okay, those are the ones I put in there, so at least I know that I'll use them. Anyway, shortly after I did that, I was blocked again. So I've been blocked since then. just crazy stuff. I can't imagine why I keep getting blocked. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like why are they blocking me? They won't, and you can't talk to anybody, so you don't know why you were blocked. I suspect it's because when the people that were on my account they caused trouble. But I kicked them all off, and there shouldn't have been trouble after that. Maybe they were suspicious because I was unfollowing a lot of people. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. This time I sent them my passport because the driver's license got me in there, so I figured the passport might get me in there next time, because how many times can you send them the same ID? But as of now, I am still not on, so I don't know what it is. I think they have this vendetta against me personally. I'm taking it personal now. So, yeah.
For no one to talk to, you'll never know.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't talk to someone, because they have machines doing it all, so you don't know what it is that you violated. It says, I violated their standards and practices. I don't know what their standards and practices are. I just know that I have been blocked twice, and I didn't have a chance to do anything wrong. They pretty much, I think I was on for 3 hours, and they blocked me. So whatever it is, something's triggering it, and I think what triggered it might be I started deleting follows, and maybe I deleted too many, and they started thinking someone broke into my account besides me. I don't know what it is, but it's really annoying that I can't get on my own account. And you are still moving on YouTube, so just to let you know, you are still active apparently. Anyway, all right, we got a big show today, and I figure we'll start it with our wait a minute, where's the rest? There it is. Start it with our birthdays, and then
yeah, well, I'm not going to be able to see anything because you're frozen solid again.
That sucks. Okay, well,
I've done it now about eight or nine times. It's not fixing it.
Well, you will know some of these people just because you'll know them, and there's going to be some that you may not know, and those are the ones we'll have to bypass if we have to.
Okay.
The first person is David Alan Greer. He was part of, what was the name of that show? The black comedian show that had Damon Wayans in that. Living Color. He was the black guy on Living Color. I mean, they were all the black guys on Living Color, but one. But he's also on a new show on Peacock. He plays a doctor. What's the name of that show? I forget the name of that show. It's pretty good. He plays an egotistical. It's a comedy, an egotistical doctor, and he's actually pretty good at it. I don't know if you know him or not, but you think.
No, I don't know.
Well, remember, Living Color was probably in the '80s, so.
I'm going to guess 72.
You're good. That's 70. 70 is what he is. Next is Pamela Anderson. I think you might know who she is.
I know who Pamela is. She's got to be 84.
You know what? It's a shame you can't see the pictures I'm putting up, because she was so hot. When we were kids, she was so hot. And you look at her picture now, something happened. Something happened between 45 and her current age, which is 59. And she's 59. She looks horrible. I mean, not horrible. I mean, for her, she looks horrible. for the basic woman, she don't look horrible. But for her, she looks horrible. I'm really disappointed in her. She let herself go. Liv Tyler, who is Steven Tyler's daughter, who is she's hot. I got to see her kinda when I was in one of my photo shoots. My photo director was staying at her house, and he called her from our photo shoot, and we got to see her we called him. He was staying with her. We called him, and she called him over, or he called her over, and she was there. It was her house, and actually Steven Tyler was there too. So that was really cool. Anyway,
that was really cool.
That's the closest I'll probably ever get to her without breaking a warrant or something, or without breaking a what do they call those?
Restraining orders.
Yeah, that's the word. No, I never got to talk to her, but it was really cool because I like her a lot. Anyway, how old do you think she is?
47.
Close enough. She's 49. I don't know if you... Did you ever watch Harley Quinn?
No.
Oh, okay. Margot Robbie is the next woman, and she is hot. She played Harley Quinn, and I've seen her in other things too, but she's definitely one of the prettier women out in Hollywood right now. Any idea?
No idea. No.
She is 36. Larry David. Do you know who he is?
Larry David. No.
He had.
Boy, it's familiar, but
He's a friend of Seinfeld, but he also had a show on HBO called. He's got a new show on HBO, just started, but he had an old one too. I forget what it was. I'm sorry you can't see because you would need to see him because he's up there in age.
82.
He's 79. There you go. Post Malone. I wish you could see him. He's a really weird looking character. He's got tattoos on his face and all that.
So he's Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll before Jelly Roll was popular.
No idea.
He's 31. Waldo Rivera.
He's got to be 80, 84.
He's 83. God. Edie Falco. Did you ever watch The Sopranos?
Nope, I never did.
Darn it. She was the Mrs. Soprano. She's up there. Well, she's not up there. She's around my age. So
67.
She's 64. Huey Lewis.
Huey, I'll say 73.
He's 76. There you go. He looks horrible now, by the way. I forget what he has, but oh, there it is. He struggles with, let's see what he struggles with. I know he struggles with hearing loss. Well, that makes it difficult if you're a musician. I can tell you that because I have problems with hearing out of my right ear. Okay. Next one, Kevin Hart.
That's going to be hard for me because I can't see him. 62.
62, no. He is 47.
47.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. I'm going to say 79.
He's 80. There you go. 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson.
No clue.
He's a rapper. He's you think about that. The rap came in around the 90s. So
I'll say 62.
51. Jim Gaffigan. Do you know Jim Gaffigan?
The name's not familiar.
He's a very funny comedian. Check him out on YouTube. He's 59. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, George W. Bush.
George, it's got to be 77.
He is 80. Think about this, though. Think about this. He was in office from when to when? He was in office from 2000, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that he was 55, 56 when he got in office.
Yeah, wasn't that old.
That's pretty young, isn't it?
That's young for a president.
Yeah, because we seem to always have them in their 70s.
Since our last two have been in their 70s.
Yeah. Actually, last two are in their 80s. So that's kind of crazy. So yeah, that was a bunch of people that I got at the last second because I didn't have any internet for a while, and I didn't have internet yesterday, which was horrible. Talk about being confused as to what you can do when you're used to having internet.
Yeah, I know. It's like going backwards is almost, it's like a horror show thinking about going backwards.
And you can't research the show because there's no internet. So, and nobody has newspapers anymore. So I don't know. It was really horrible. So this was a really bad weekend for internet for me because I couldn't do anything. Now, of course, the last one, United States of America.
250.
Yeah, 250. 250 since the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. Delegates voted for the colonies to break from Great Britain on July 2nd, spent 2 days revising the draft declaration. Many thought we would celebrate Independence Day on July 2nd rather than July 4th. Since July 4th, 1776, the U.S. has grown 13 colonies with 2.5 million people to 50 states and 14 territories and one district with more than 342 million people. We're all connected by some 5,000 airports, 161 miles of federally supported highways, and 5.5 million miles of power lines. The economy has grown to nearly, how much do you think? The economy has grown to...
Oh man, I don't know.
It's a lot. Just take a stab. Go high.
Couple trillion.
Yeah, 32 trillion.
32.
Yeah, that's a crazy number. Although that makes Elon seem less important because he only has what, 5 of that trillion.
Yeah, it is.
Fireworks have been a part of the 4th of July since the first celebrations, but this year's festivities were bigger than ever to mark America's milestone 250th birthday. Roughly 850,000 fireworks were fired, and there will always be challenges. We've come a long way in 250 years, so grab a hot dog and raise the glass to the next 250 years. I'm not going to be around for that. Yeah, it's kind of weird when you think about that. You know, I remember when we hit the 50, or the 200 mark. And it was like I was in high school, I think, and because that would have been, it would have been 76. So yeah, 1976, and the big deal that everybody made out of it when I was in high school. So it was kind of interesting. It says here, the Star-Spangled Banner is the national anthem. The song's based on a poem by Francis Scott Key, who watched the American troops hold off British forces at the Battle of Baltimore during the War of 1812. Written in 1814, in the battle's immediate aftermath, the original poem borrowed a melody from a popular British song of the time. The song's melody was borrowed from a Baldy tavern song. That's kind of interesting. Let's see if I can get something. Here's apparently the song. Let's see if it works. Okay, is it going to play? Can you hear it?
A few sons of harmony stand a petition.
There's an interesting story behind the tune that we know as the Star-Spangled Banner. You know, the original tune was for a tavern song. It was called the Anacreontic Song. It was the song of the Anacreontic Society in London, England.
That either inspire and patron would be when this answer arrived from the jolly old Grecian.
That's kind of funny. I never knew that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
That's funny. It was an old bar song. Oh, that's really funny. Let's see. The title is a reference to the nickname of a massive flag at Fort McHenry. Over the next century, the Star-Spangled Banner grew popular among Americans, and in 1931, President Herbert Hoover signed a bill that finally designated it as the national anthem. Soon after that, sports leagues made the performance a regular pregame feature. Let's see. The U.S. lacked a national anthem for the first 8 Olympics. And it says here, it was with sports popularized by the impromptu performance during the 1918 World Series. It's now a tradition for artists to put their own spin on the song. And let's see, what else? Let's see. Walt Whitman wrote a poem for the country's centennial, but it didn't earn him an invite to the official celebration. The sesquicentennial, the country's 150th celebration, nearly bankrupted its host city. World Cup tourists are intrigued by the American delicacies like cheesesteak. Cheesesteaks have been around since the 1800s, but the cheesesteak came into its own in 1940. Where's the capital of the cheesesteaks, though? Or at least as far as I know. Yeah, I wonder if there's anybody else that would take and say, no, that's not it, it's somewhere else. But yeah, if you go to Philly, that's where you go. Uncle Tom's Cabin. No, that doesn't matter. All right. Okay, let me see if there's anything else in this crap that I want to talk about. Oh, how much money do you think Americans spent on the food for Independence Day for 2026?
No idea. 250 million.
$9 billion.
$9 billion.
How much did I spend? Not much, because I don't know if we did it. We didn't do anything on the day, so we just kind of hung out. Okay. Nathan's hot dog contest special. Joey Chestnut performed on probation yesterday. He's apparently had a battery conviction. Anyway, he's got a record number of hot dogs that he ate. National sales of fireworks topped $2 billion annually around the 4th of July. Let's see. I don't think we can buy them in Pennsylvania yet. I mean, not real fireworks, the crazy ones we can buy, or the cheap ones or whatever. The safe ones. All right, I guess that's really the only things I need out of that. So that's my tribute to our country. Did you want to add anything to that?
A lot of people have no idea about the 250th. The polls show that we're really ignorant as a country about being 250 years old.
Well, I would imagine that.
People don't know who we had the Revolutionary War from with. They don't know why we fought it. They don't know that there were 13 colonies. They don't know that everybody was basically British. They don't know. A lot of people don't know. I guess they don't teach that stuff in school anymore.
That's weird that they don't, though. I mean, they used to hammer us with that stuff.
Well, that's all changed now. They don't do that stuff anymore.
Jeez. Well. Oh, well. Okay. Next. Soldiers shoot fleeing gunmen during a police chase. Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh, that was... We apparently still have National Guard people down in Tennessee. So there was a gunman down there he's a 20-year-old, it says here, Tennessee National Guard workers working alongside Memphis police fatally shot a 20-year-old armed man during an early morning foot chase through downtown Memphis, triggering an investigation by authorities into the circumstances surrounding the shooting. It says deadly confrontation. It says Memphis police responded to multiple reports of shots fired in the downtown area just before 4 a.m. I mean, I would be asleep. What are you doing up that early or that late or whatever? Local time on July 6th, officers arriving at the scene encountered an armed individual carrying a handgun, later identified as Tyron Johnson, age 20. When the officers attempted to approach, Johnson fled on foot. If he fled on foot and he didn't shoot his gun, I don't know that it's... I don't know. That seems like...
Well, that's what they're investigating. Why?
Yeah.
He shot.
It seems that they should have, should not have, if he didn't pull his... I mean, what do you think it is? I mean, you may not know, and I don't know, but what would be the protocol for that?
He's got a gun in his hand. He's fair game.
Okay. All right, as long as, I guess that makes sense, I guess. So that guy is no longer with us. So, all right. Here's a good one. Dolly Parton, her popularity among Americans surpasses that of world leaders. Of course it does. She's a good person. Oh, man. I personally think she's an awesome person. She's a person that gives back, and, she
gets facelift after facelift after facelift.
Well, I mean, you gotta look good to do it, right? To be popular. So, yeah, that was kind of interesting. Did you know that a live bald eagle named Peter once lived at the Philadelphia Mint?
No.
I didn't either. I didn't either until today, or until yesterday. A live bald eagle lived at the Philadelphia Mint, the place responsible for producing U.S. coins. During the day, Peter flew around the city, but at night he slept soundly in the first ever U.S. Mint building. Although he died at some point in the early 1800s, Mint artists still study him today when designing new eagle imagery for coins. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting that I don't know if he was inspiring the Mint or what, but that's nice little information. All right, let's see. All right, that's all I need out of that. Then we got the top grossing movies this weekend. I'm going to tell you the names of the movies. You can tell me which one you think is first. This is over the 4th. I'm not telling you. No, okay, I read that wrong. Okay, these are the top grossing movies July 4th over the years, so you don't have to do anything. The absolute amazing Spider-Man in 2012 came in at the 5th grossest movie at $23 million. Despicable Me 2 in 2013 came in at 24.5 million. Spider-Man Far From Home, so it's 2 Spider-Man movies have made it in the top grossing July 4th movie at 25,700,000. Jurassic Park Rebirth in 2025 made it at 26,200,000. And the number 1 grossing holiday July 4th movie, drum roll please, 29,073,000 for Transformers in 2007. So a movie that old. I saw all the Transformers movies, and I liked the Transformers movies. They were kind of cool. So there you go. There's your top movies. It's funny, this year, none of them were from this year that made it in the top grossing movies. Let's see. How we doing in the soccer? Do you know?
We lost Monday night.
So we're out of it, right?
We're out. We lost in the round of trying to get into the round of 8.
Ooh.
We lost. This is where we lose every year.
Yeah, I know.
We lose in the same round.
It's weird. Oh, really? We do that well all the time? I mean, the same.
Yeah, we get there most of the years. We've gotten to the round of 16, but haven't gotten out of it. It's mostly Europeans.
Yes.
That are winning.
And Argentinas.
In Argentina.
You know what's funny is about this? I was thinking about this when I found out that when I found out I'm supposed to be in one of the commercials. Do you remember Scott? We used to go to school with.
Harvey?
Yeah. He introduced me to soccer. I mean, I didn't like soccer, and I didn't understand it, and I didn't understand the bouncing the ball off your head and keeping the ball in the air, and I thought, this is never going to catch on. I guess I don't know much. It's funny because
football is the world sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we didn't understand it, but I mean, I thought, well, what's the point? You got football. Why don't you just play football? Why do you got to kick it? I'd rather run with it than kick it. But, apparently...
Apparently you're in the minority.
I am the minority. Oh, man. Well, I mean, the U.S. basically was a minority way back then because we didn't understand that it was going to be that popular. I mean, geez, who would have thought?
I've gone to 2 soccer matches live. They're a lot better in live than they are on TV.
I went to 2 baseball games with Rob. Remember our buddy Rob? He took me to baseball, and I thought, why would I want to go to that? That sounds so really bad. It sounds so boring. And I'll tell you what, live it's really cool. I didn't like
different sport live.
Yeah, I didn't like the $9 hot dogs or whatever, but it was kind of cool because that's like wrestling. Wrestling live is nothing like wrestling on TV. So I encourage people to go to pro wrestling live because it's really a different thing. So it just was interesting. U.S. versus Bosnia hits all-time high, all-time TV high for soccer in America. Says the U.S. men's first knockout stage victory at the World Cup in 24 years set a ratings record for soccer in America. The U.S. over Bosnia, and it averaged 24.43 million viewers. So according to the Nielsen, so that number could rise a little in the final ratings, but either way, it's the biggest English language TV audience ever in any soccer match in the U.S. So that's kind of cool. It says here TV ratings for the World Cup have shot up compared to the 2022 event, which is a huge surprise. I mean, I guess it's catching on. So, yeah, I mean, I think they might actually sell some gimmicks and stuff. Then there's where's that at? Oh, freaking A, where did I put that? Taylor Swift and Travis got married this week.
In Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, a place I always wanted to be. And
1,000 of their closest friends.
Well, I think my invitation got lost in the mail. Because, I mean, I can't imagine her not inviting me. But, who knows?
She said if I knew you, you're invited.
That would... Well, that's...
She didn't want to. She said the stress would be to pare it down, so she decided to do it at Madison Square Garden, where she didn't have to pare her list down at all.
That's very cool, actually. I think that's a neat... And did she ever... She probably never played there either, from what I might be wrong, but the way I kind of figured it, she never played there before. It's probably not big enough for her.
Probably not big enough.
Because it's not a very... I mean, in comparison to other stadiums, it's not nearly the size. It just... They can get a record amount of money per seat there because it's in the city. And I actually stayed in Madison's... well, I didn't stay in Madison Square Gardens. I stayed in a hotel about 3 blocks from there, and I walked down there to see what it looked like. It was really cool. So that was neat. So yeah, they says here, Travis and Kelcie, Travis and Taylor, TNT, it's dynamite, announced $26 million in charity donations over a dozen organizations across the country ahead of their wedding. The organizations the couple donated to the Food Bank for New York City, the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank, ASPCA, the school after school All Stars, the Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City. I mean, that's pretty darn cool. You know who did the ceremony?
Yeah, and I forget.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Which
Yeah,
is
Adam Sandler.
which is really weird because I wouldn't have thought of him, but I guess he must be ordained or something. That was pretty cool.
The Cracker Jack book.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty cool. So it said here that Travis Kelce's real reason for accepting Taylor Swift's ironclad $2 billion prenup without question, not a loyalty test. I mean, he's got his own money, right? He's pretty good, right?
He's wealthy in and of his own right. Not Swift wealthy, but
no. Well, but who is besides her? I mean, she's one of those people that have been very successful in her endeavors. So, and she did it the hard way. She worked for it. She didn't play football and play a game on the radio, or on the TV. She she
got by her billions, honestly.
Yeah, she stole her money the right way. She played music.
That's right.
Taylor Swift reportedly put extensive measures in place to protect her fortune before marrying Travis, with sources revealing the couple agreed to an ironclad prenup. I mean, $2 million. She shouldn't even. What kind of man is it that would take a prenup? I mean, that would take a woman's money. I mean, I'm sure there are some scumbags that would, but he makes enough money on his own. He don't care.
He doesn't. If she would divorce him tomorrow, he would be fine.
Yeah.
He and his kids and his great grandkids.
Yeah.
Will all be fine.
Yeah. It's not. I think it's silly, kind of, because
he's one of the highest paid. He's one of the highest paid football players, non-quarterback football players there is. So he's fine.
And he got her, man.
And he got her.
See if she just.
So I think he woke up on the right side of the bed and did the right thing.
Well, the real reason he signed the prenup.
So he could get back in the bed.
No, he was afraid of me. He knew if he didn't sign the prenup, she would come over to me.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it.
That was it. That's it. I have more in common with her than he does. I at least sing. Anyway, insiders say the agreement was designed to safeguard the singer's vast business empire and was developed with input from her legal team. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because, they both have money. So I don't even see that being an issue. And if you get a $2 million, I think he'll be okay. So, I don't know. Wow. Taylor's estimated $2 billion fortune and Kelce's, measly $90 million. Holy cow!
I mean, he must really feel inferior. Only $90 million.
Yeah, that'd be tough, man.
Honey, why don't you earn more money?
Yeah, why do I got to pull all the weight around here? Since I'm not, since I have to pay all the money, you got to cut. You got to do the you got to do the dishes and the laundry and everything. Like they have people doing. They don't have people doing that. I mean, geez. Let's see. Arrangement was with the guidance of the legal people. One source describes Scott as what you hope a father will be, claiming he has dedicated his whole adult life shielding Taylor while stepping back enough to let her grow. There's not much of a compromise there. I mean, it's like you said, he's going to do just fine. So, also they had one of your favorites performing at the wedding.
Who's that?
Paul McCartney.
Paul was there, huh?
Yeah, man. I was really surprised to see that. Why Paul McCartney's performance at Taylor Swift's wedding has Beatles fans reeling. I'll tell you what, though. I saw Paul McCartney a couple of weeks ago on Saturday Night Live. He's not the Paul McCartney we're used to hearing. He sounded horrible. He was off key, everything. But I mean, he's 80-something, so I have to forgive him. I have to give him some leeway on that, because if I'm 80 and I sound half as good as him, I'll be happy. Okay, then we got, what else we got here? I can close that. Need to close that. All right, then we got, they tied the knot in Madison Square Garden. Ceremony attended by more than 1,000 guests and officiated by comedian Adam Sandler. So see photos of celebrity guests. See who we got. All right. Hey, she didn't wear white. She wore gold. Oh, she's more of a gold girl anyway. I'll tell you what, that's he married the mother lode. she's not only hot, but she has money. That's something that would be interesting to have. Well, then again, she has two.
Her wasn't her brother the man of honor?
It may have been. I don't know. Bradley Cooper was there. Adam Sandler. Oh wow, Liam Hemsworth.
Anybody who was anybody was there.
Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't there. Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens. Oh wow, Tom Cruise! Holy cow! Wow, I'm impressed. Greta Gerwig, whoever that is. Ross Travis, Jarrett Stoll, and Aaron Andrews. I don't think I know who they are. All right.
They're sports people.
Oh, okay. That could be why I don't know. Tree Payne. That's the publicist. She better be invited. Abby Wambach and Glennon Doyle. They are the gold medal soccer player with her wife. With her wife. Wait a minute. Is that two women? That is two women. Okay. Then we got Carissa Thompson and Stephen Kundari. Jason Sudeikis. Wow. That was neat. Benson Boone. Chris Jones. I guess he was a defensive tackle. Hugh Grant. And
the whole team, most of the players that Travis played with were invited to the wedding.
That's cool. That's really cool. Well, it's good that he knows where he came from, you know? Because, I mean...
But that's why it was 1,000. If you think about it, that's a lot of football that had to go, a lot of sports personalities. Then you have all this entertainment personalities that had to go.
Yeah. Jimmy Fallon.
And she said the hard part would be if she'd had to trim it down. She would have thought through each person and what they meant to her and were they worthy of coming to her wedding. This way, she didn't have to do that. They could all come.
Wow. Here was Chris Rock and Paulina Gretzky. Oh, Wayne Gretzky's. Oh, wow.
Right.
Why does he look familiar? Ethan Hawke. Okay. Cooper Kupp. Who else?
He's a football player.
Camila Cabello.
That's not a football player.
Graham Norton. He's a UK talk show host.
Talk show.
Why didn't they take me? I'm a talk show host. George Stephanopoulos. Tom Brady.
He hosts a Good Morning America. There's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Of course, he'd be invited.
Now the thing is, the real reason I didn't get invited was I think my invitation was lost in the mail because I know she.
Internet was down.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I think because I was kicked off
She tried to
Facebook.
get you through Facebook. That's what it was. She sent out the invites through Facebook.
Yeah,
man.
that could be it. I'll probably get it when I get on Facebook next time. Stephen A. Smith, Steven Spielberg. Wow. That's awesome. Andy Reid, head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Jessica
Used to be the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jessica Alba and Danny Ramirez. Steven Strahan. Oh, wow. Or Michael Strahan. Oh, that's cool.
Michael.
Danny Motter and Julia Roberts. Holy cow. Yeah, it looks like just anybody, not just anybody was invited to that. I can guarantee that I don't know anybody in that place. Ice Spice, whoever that is. Oh, Swift has been very supportive of Ice Spice, whoever that is. So, Gracie Adams, Adam Scott. Oh, he's cool. I like him. Sacha Baron Cohen. I would have liked it if he had gone as, what was his big character? I don't know. Tom Hanks. Wow, Tom Hanks is looking old. And Paul McCartney in the same car? Wow. Jeez. Millie Bobby Brown. And St. Vincent and Aaron Clark. Then we got Donna Kelcie. Why'd she get invited and I didn't get invited? Just because she's a mother. Darn. Steve Spagnuolo.
Spagnola.
Yeah. Tony Romo. Lena Dunham. Lena Dunham. Wow. I wouldn't have expected her. I didn't think she was nearly big enough. Rachel Antonoff. Selena Gomez. Jack Antonoff. Whoa, are they both Antonoffs? Was there another Antonoff? There was. Oh, Jack's older sister. Okay. That explains why there's two Antonoffs. Suki Waterhouse. The Haim sisters. This is just going on and on. Anyway.
Patrick Mahomes, he's the quarterback.
Anyway, you get the general idea. Oh, man.
Do you know who his best man was? Who his best man was?
I have no
his
idea.
brother,
Oh, okay.
Jason, who
That
played
makes-
for the Philadelphia Eagles, who is going to go to the Hall of Fame as a Philadelphia Eagle.
Christine said
So
you're...
his brother isn't going to be going to Travis for money either.
Here's some of the things that Christine said. She said, yes, her brother was her man of honor. Oh, that's interesting.
Man of honor, yeah.
And she said your invite was lost in Facebook. So she she beat us to the punch on that. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. I mean, it's really. When was the last time we had something that big of somebody getting married?
It's our world.
Yeah, I mean that's equal to Grace or whatever that one that was back in 2000 or whatever that died in a car crash, Princess Diana or whatever. That's our Princess Diana because I think Taylor Swift was much better than Diana. Yeah, that's they had more than 1,000 guests. Can you imagine that bill? What that would be, man?
Well, I don't think it's
because just to rent the Madison Square Garden
facility.
Oh, that's just.
And then they
crazy.
turned it into a garden. They actually turned it into a garden. So I mean, they did not only just rented it; they spent money.
You know, something that brings up something kind of funny. When I was, I watch Walking Dead stuff, so they have a spinoff called Dead City, and it's based out in New York, which is really funny to watch New York be turned into a zombie area. Anyway, they did a thing where Madison Square Gardens was set up to be like an ultimate fighting with zombies. It was just funny because, who would have thought to do that? I mean, obviously they would, but, it was just really bizarre that they had these zombies fighting to the death. and or they'd throw a human, an alive person in there, and he'd have to get out and rarely make it out. So, just kind of funny. It says here, police department memo revealing some of Taylor Swift's top secret wedding plans. The memo was simply entitled "Taylor Swift Wedding at Madison Square Gardens." The memo gave some insight into the expected run of the show for Swift and Travis their upcoming celebration, though nothing had been publicly confirmed by the couple. So that's all the stuff I got for that. But I thought it was kind of neat. I mean, there's some people that don't deserve to be happy like that, and there's some people like her, where she did a lot of good things for people, and there's not anybody that speaks bad about her. So there's got to be something good about that. I've never heard her do anything bad to anyone. So I kind of like that. Some people deserve the fame and fortune that they have. Now we'll find out years later that she was like, sacrificing young children in her basement or something. But yeah.
I doubt that.
When Bill Gates
she's one of the good ones.
Yeah. When Bill Gates and Melinda Gates divorced in 2021, they didn't have a prenup to govern the division of the massive estate. The split ended up with French Gates, Melinda, receiving $12.5 billion. That number when we were kids, 500,000 was a lot. But $12.5 billion. But she walked away with something else. You know what you got?
What?
Probably more importantly, the biggest asset she got, Bill's last name. She got to keep that. An asset in the world of charitable giving. Now as Taylor Swift prepares to marry Travis, it says here, the Hollywood Reporter, Winston Cho speculates that speculation swirls around not only what their prenup looks like, but whether he'll swap names. So I'm not sure what that means, why he would take her. Why does that go to... Well, that's weird. Why would that go there? Huh. Well, that's weird. I hit their story. Why did it go to that? Well, there was something that was supposed to be. Well, I don't know the answer to that now. Huh. Well, that's weird, because that's not going to tell me what I need to know, which is what the crap that is. Maybe I can just search for that whole thing. Okay, we'll copy this. There was something about him getting her name or something. Huh.
Well, at the very top, it said, would he become Kelcie Swift?
Oh, okay, I see. All right. That's what it was. Okay. So that asks, okay, now, whether or not she would, okay, now I understand.
Take his name. His name, or he would take hers.
Yeah, okay, now I understand what that was. I was looking for Gates and understanding what that was, but okay, the name game.
Well, she could keep her stage name and take his name for legal purposes, but
right.
that would mess up. That would probably be a lot of legal stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a story that probably is what I was getting. Maybe that's what came up. Oh yeah, that is the story that came up. I'm glad you figured that out, because I didn't figure out what the point was about that. Okay, now we got it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. Receiving $12.5 billion earmarked on her own. Okay. So it says she also walked away with something else, his last name. Now as Taylor Swift prepares to marry, married Travis in a multi-day? That was more than one day?
Well, not. No, I think it was just one day. Can you imagine if it was multi-day with New York City?
I know it would be expensive. I know that would be something that would
She might need her billions to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she only has $2 billion. I mean, that's not enough to go around.
I mean, she's going to have to scrape a little. She's going to have to, collect.
She's going to have to do a couple more concerts.
Or take the recyclables
Couple
back and.
Yeah, really.
Oh man. Anyway, this won't let me open. Well, won't let me read it. Come on. I did actually take and get rid of that. Yeah, it's off now. So why is this not working? All right. Well, who cares? Anyway. Yeah, that was kind of. I'm happy for her. She deserves it. If anybody deserves it, she deserves it. So that's the way I look at it. First of a kind NASA mission to prevent a space telescope from falling back to Earth is delayed for a second time this week after the last minute launch issue. So I guess we're worried about a space telescope falling to Earth. Oh, look, this is Taylor Swift too. NASA's Swift Observatory.
She owns everything.
I guess she owns it all. So yeah, it says a new a space rescue a rescue spacecraft is sent to speed ahead a NASA telescope to prevent it from falling into Earth's atmosphere. So I've been watching some stuff on UFOs lately too that opened my eyes a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm looking at real stuff or not. Because it's like there's no. It's kind of like you watch them, and one of them's round like a baseball, and one of them's like a disc, and one of they don't have any. It's like do they have Porsches and VWs in space? Are they? It makes me wonder how many different civilizations we're actually going to look at when we're talking about these things, because it really becomes kind of crazy when you think about what we're exposed to with these things. It's hard for me to acknowledge that there's that many different. I realize that space is really big and that it's not going to be just one planet if there's people or beings or whatever you want to call them. But I just want to. It's kind of like I want to think that there. And I also saw one on Roswell, the guy that the last guy that was involved in Roswell died, and they were telling the stories that he was involved in. So little by little, I'm getting caught up in all this conspiracy theory and stuff. So I don't know. It's just weird. I'm going to turn it over to you now, so you can talk a little bit.
It was going to be quiet in the Middle East, but we are back at war with Iran. We've launched military strikes.
It's good that we do that over the 4th of July, too.
Yeah, we were supposed to be at peace during the funeral of Ali Khomeini. But they struck 3 tankers today, traveling the southern route through the Strait of Hormuz.
Jeez. And
they have told people not to travel the southern route. And so when these tankers tried to travel the southern route, they were fired upon and hit. 3 tankers were hit. And so the U.S. has launched strikes to impose a, quote, heavy cost for targeting and attacking innocent commercial shipping. So they also revoked a 60-day license issued last month by the Treasury Department that waived sanctions on Iranian oil. So now there's sanctions on Iranian oil again. So Iran may have bit off more than they could chew, but I don't think they care, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they must not. I wouldn't want to mess with the U.S., but I mean, apparently they don't have, they're either stupid or they really believe that they're bigger or better or worse or better equipped. I mean, I would have bowed down by now, I think. But
they think there's one of their TV commentators said that all they have to do is make sure that Trump loses one, either the Senate or the House, and they're good to go. That will stop Trump in his tracks. He won't be able to do anything, and they will have won.
Well,
so they are pouring money into the race, 2 races. Just what we need. Iran pouring money into our political races.
You know, you mentioned all he needs. The loss of one of those. It says here, progressive battle erupts as Michigan Democrat exits race. Democratic primary for Michigan's critical Senate seat narrowed to 2-candidate showdown Sunday when Senator Mallory McMurrow withdrew from the race, setting up for an August showdown between the establishment favorite Haley Stevens and a progressive Abdul El Sayed with control of the Senate, potentially hanging in the balance.
Democrats need to pick up 4 seats, and they are going to lose their best candidate in Maine because he is a rapist.
Ah, okay.
And you might add something on that.
Is that Mallory? Is that the guy that?
No, this is let me get his name here. Planter.
Okay.
Last name's Planter. Graham Planter. He has been accused of he's a predator.
Okay.
That has been well established. He's a predator, but nobody came out before and said that he actually raped them. Well, over the weekend, someone came out and said that they were actually raped by him.
Interesting.
They pleaded, stop, 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 and don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, stop, stop, stop. And he never stopped. He was drunk out of his mind and raped them.
Interesting.
And so the people that supported him have all turned against him now. And so he's going to have to drop out. And they don't have anybody to run in Maine, which means Susan Collins, who is a moderate Republican, a liberal Republican. That would mean that they cannot, if she wins the race, then they cannot take back the Senate. So it's a big problem because they've got to win, at least to stop Trump. They've got to win either the Senate or the House, preferably both from their point of view. But they got to win one of them.
Okay.
To stop Trump in his tracks. And the Senate would be the one that they would want because the Senate is the one who controls judges and ambassador appointments and people that take up top positions within the government. They have to approve.
Okay.
And so that is always the preferred. They could stop all of his political appointments too if they got the Senate. So they desperately want the Senate. Now, there's another problem that the Democrats have, is that they are split on support for Israel. Moderate Democrats want to support Israel, and progressive Democrats or socialists or communists do not want to support Israel. And it's tearing the party apart because they have this showdown between the moderates or the centrists and the progressive communist socialists. And it's playing out on the Senate floor as we speak. Tonight, it's being voted on tonight. The proposal would cut $3.3 billion in Israel military financing. It could also affect other USAID programs. So it's being fought over right now.
Wow.
So by the end of the show, we might know. if one of us is inclined to look it up. The support for Israel has slipped among Democrats. In 2024, 45% of Democrats did not support Israel. Now it's up to 58% of Democrats do not support Israel.
Wow.
So, it is only 20% of U.S. adults view Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu favorably, while 38% hold an unfavorable view of him. So approximately 1/3 of U.S. adults believe Israel has committed genocide against Palestine. They have not committed genocide against Palestine. But 1/3 of Americans believe that that's true. And that's because the Palestinians, the representatives of Palestinians, have flooded Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram with propaganda. And since that third of America gets all their news from Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, they're going to believe what is being propagated on those channels.
Okay.
My wife, Patty, she gets all her news from Facebook, and I consistently say to her that did not happen on it.
Right, because you're going to get very
It did
skewed
not
stuff.
happen.
Yeah.
Well, the last one was Facebook said that Mitch McConnell had died. Mitch McConnell was the Republican leader. He was in the hospital and very sick, but he had not died.
Yeah.
Facebook had him dead. She said, well, when did Mitch McConnell die? I said, he didn't die. He's out of the hospital. He's back home.
Jeez.
Well, Facebook said he died.
Well,
So,
yeah, but you can't believe
you
that.
have to be very careful of the news you get on Facebook.
Facebook is very skewed. Yeah, I would not have believed it if I read it on Facebook. That is not meaning it's real. Oh man, that's horrible.
Yeah, and there is no now. Does Israel want to displace Palestinians out of Palestine so that they can redo it? Yes, that's a problem. I don't agree with that. But genocide, no, they're not out there just killing Palestinians to kill Palestinians.
Right.
That has not occurred. Trump says that Netanyahu is a friend of his, but he knows who the boss is. The leaders agreed to meet soon as tensions over Libya, Lebanon, Israel, and Gaza, with Trump saying that Netanyahu has requested a White House visit, but he knows who his daddy is.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
There is tension between the two. Israel does not view things the same way that Trump views them right now.
Really?
They are at all.
Huh, who would have thought?
Yes. Trump was briefed on all-out war options in Iran, but opted to stick with talks instead. Trump told advisors military strikes could derail diplomacy, while negotiators work under a 60-day deadline for a nuclear deal. All he's doing is proportional attacks, supposedly, to what Iran does. If Iran does something, he'll do a proportional attack. But military planners want to go in and finish the job. They said it would take them 2 weeks to take out all the military targets they did not take out in the first round. They want those 2 weeks to decimate the military targets in Iran. Trump won't give it to him because he wants oil prices down.
Right.
And they're not coming down fast enough for him. So even allowing these strikes to happen right now is kind of shocking to me, considering Trump's mentality of not wanting to screw with the midterms. Do you remember, we talked about this because I know I brought it up, but do you remember that we hit a school where we killed over 100 Iranian children? Do you remember that at all?
I don't.
It was in the beginning of the war. It was in March, and we hit a school in Nimba, Iran.
Okay.
Um,
I maybe
And
vaguely.
we denied it at first.
Okay.
It claimed over 150 lives, of which 120 were under the age of 12.
Jeez.
They were inside the classroom when the building collapsed. So there were 157 dead, 123 children, 95 to 111 injured when multiple munitions hit the school compound. And what happened is the school was built in a former military facility. Iran had given the military facility to the school to run the school. Our planners used the wrong maps. They didn't use updated maps. They used old maps and thought it was a military institution and saw activity there, and so planned for its hit.
Wow.
They used the wrong maps, and 123 children under the age of 12 were killed.
Wow.
Because we used the wrong maps. That's inexcusable.
Yeah.
If you're a planner, and I listened to some military people on YouTube, and they described how it happened. And what happened was they went back in, and instead of checking the date of the maps and the intel, they just used old stuff and didn't check the dates. They should have used the most recent intel, and they didn't do it. They used old intel. And that's inexcusable, and heads should roll for that. So AP has done the job, and our Pentagon has kept silent and won't speak on it.
Wow. Oh, man.
So here at Senator Mike Lowndes, a Republican from South Dakota, said Congress has not received sufficient information of the bombing, noting that the issue has not gone away from the Oversight Committee. So they're on it because it's inexcusable.
Wow.
And last thing on the Middle East is Netanyahu has said that Israeli troops, the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, will not leave Lebanon, they will not leave Syria, and they will not leave Gaza. Trump wants them out of Lebanon and wants them out of Gaza.
Wow.
And he has said they will not leave.
So they aren't
Because
gonna...
they keep firing missiles into Israel.
Yeah.
So Turkey is in, Trump is in Turkey to attend the NATO summit. And this is problematic because Trump has been making statements that are kicking off NATO, the Europeans. And he said now, he just made this statement that he asked France, Germany, and Spain for help with Iran to test them to see if they would offer it. And they failed the test. And so he's now considering taking all American troops out of those three countries.
Wow.
As punishment for failing the test. He said, we've been having Europe's back for 60 years. And when I ask them to help, they refuse to help me. Why should we protect them anymore?
Right.
Now, I think I have a little thing here. Let me go to it here. This is how much we're going to talk about United States, Great Britain, France, Italy, and Poland. This is the money that is spent. $980 billion by the United States, $980 billion by us, $90 billion by Britain, Great Britain, $66 billion by France, $48 billion by Italy, and $44 billion by Poland. We spent $980 billion this last fiscal year.
Wow.
That's not quite fair. Do you think?
Right. No, definitely not.
So I'm not opposed to what Trump's saying. It's just no other president has had the guts to do what Trump is doing, which is making them pay their own way.
Right.
So
I don't know.
let's go to
Let's go to what?
Let's go to Ukraine.
Ukraine. Let's
Do you
go.
realize the Ukraine-Russian war has now topped 2 million casualties?
Wow.
Russia itself has 1.4 million troops have been killed.
Wow. That's,
Ukraine is now about 500 to 600,000 casualties.
jeez.
Russia is losing between 30 and 34,000 troops a month.
Wow. I have here Russia launches largest attack on Ukraine capital in more than 4 years of fighting, killing at least 27 people and wounding dozens more.
And that's because Ukraine is hitting Moscow.
Wow.
Ukraine is able to reach Moscow now. And so it's brought home the war to Russians' elite buddies. And so Putin is feeling pressure for the first time in this war. For the very first time, he's feeling pressure from people.
Wow.
The other thing that's going on is we have proof positive that the generals are lying to Putin about where we're at in Ukraine in the fighting. We have seen the Russian maps saying that they have more territory than what they actually have.
Right.
And so Putin is being lied to. He thinks he's actually winning the war. And it's a stalemate. There's nobody winning this war.
Right.
It's a stalemate.
Yeah, because nobody is winning the war. Seems to go on forever and ever.
It's going on 5 years.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Ukraine just hit 8 Russian Shadow Fleet tankers. What that means is that Russia likes to use unflagged tankers to take their sanctioned oil and deliver it around the world to their buddies. And Ukraine just sent drones out and sunk a bunch of them.
Wow.
That's not making Putin happy either.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's that stuff don't grow on trees.
Trump also has reiterated that Greenland needs to be under U.S. control, not Denmark.
Okay.
He is saying to Europe that Denmark needs to give up Greenland and turn it over to the United States. Now, the reason behind it is Denmark is a small country that cannot develop it the way that the United States needs to develop it to counter Chinese and Russia increase military patrols through the area of Greenland. We need modern Air Force, Space Force, and Navy installations there.
Okay.
And it has to grow. And Denmark doesn't have the fortitude, ability, financial reserves to do it. But we do. And Trump is saying, I don't think we should have to go through the government of Denmark and the government of Greenland to do something that needs to be done to protect America. So it should just be us making the decision ourselves.
Right.
Cut out the middlemen.
Right.
Right. I have to agree with Trump. It's bad for Greenland because they lose their autonomy, I think they would much rather. Denmark is a cradle to grave country where you're taken care of cradle to grave with
Okay.
government handouts.
Okay.
And I'm sure that they don't want to come under the U.S. system where you actually have to work for a living.
I can understand that.
So, yeah, once you're sucking off mama's milk bottle, you really don't want to give that up.
That's true.
So, yeah. We also have a problem with the Panama Canal. You know that the Bushes, one of the Bushes gave the Panama Canal. No, it wasn't the Bushes. It was Carter who gave the Panama Canal away.
Yes, it was. I remember that now.
Yes. And Trump wants it back because China is trying its best to get the canal back, trying to take the canal over and to run it. It wants one of its government businesses to run it. And Panama is about ready to allow it to happen, and Trump is going to step in and stop it. Another little problem in the world that Trump is going to try to handle.
I think he ought to slow down a little and get some of those taken care of first before he adds some more to his plate.
Well, it gets worse.
Oh, okay.
China actually did something that they've never done before. They've actually advertised that they shot a nuclear, it could be nuclear tipped, ballistic missile from a nuclear submarine. Australia, Japan, New Zealand, Taiwan has all filed official protests against this. China always fired close to home before to test. This time they did it out in the open, which means that they are pretty sure that they've got their submarines fixed. See, the problem with them was there's a triad. There's nuclear weapons that are shot from bombers, nuclear weapons that are shot by missiles, and nuclear weapons that are shot by submarines. It's called a triad.
Okay.
Right? Russia has it, the United States has it, Great Britain has it, France has it, China has it. Right?
Right.
China's submarines, though, were very loud, and we could track them, and we knew where they were, and we could sink them before they could fire. We now believe that they have solved that noise issue for a submarine being too noisy.
Okay.
And we now think that they have solved their ballistic missile from a submarine part of the triad problem.
Okay.
Which is scary. Because China's come a long way in a very short period of time.
Right.
So you start adding all this up, and you can either look at it one or two ways. If Kamala was in office, would we even know about any of this stuff?
Right.
It would be happening all around us, and we wouldn't know.
Right.
Because she'd be ignorant of it too.
Okay.
Or she would know it and wouldn't know what to do about it. Or it's Trump who has his fingers in everything and makes a major big deal out of it and scares the living crap out of everybody.
It sure does.
I don't know I kind of trust Trump more on this one, but he does. I mean, all these issues going on at once, it's kind of scary.
Right.
So this will make your heart warm. Down to the United States.
Okay.
U.S. moves to eliminate long-time radiation safety principle for proposed nuclear power plants. In other words, right, It would save the nuclear industry $9.53 million per year, right? But the critics argue that cancer cases are going to rise. In other words, they would lower the amount of radiation that could feed off of a nuclear power plant into the water supply or into the air.
Wow.
Right? So right now we have very strict requirements. And the nuclear industry are trying to say, no, we need to lessen those requirements. Well, the critics are saying one of the reasons why we have those requirements is so that our neighbors don't die of cancer and the fish don't grow 5 heads. Right?
Right.
Well, the Trump administration wants to do what the nuclear industry wants to do. And I have a problem with that because I grew up next to 3 Mile Island.
Yes, you did.
So I have a little problem with that.
I have a big problem with that.
I'm not against nuclear power in theory. I'm against giving in to what they want.
Right.
Because I don't think they have my best interest at heart. I think they have cash at heart.
I think it's very safe to assume that that is correct.
So, all right. Mandani got in trouble. Mandani is the mayor of New York City. He got in trouble because he told residents during the heat wave to set their thermostat at 78 degrees.
78 degrees. Okay.
78 degrees. During the heat wave. In other words, don't cool your house lower than 78 degrees. Learn to live in 78 degrees in your house. Now, we have it set at 75. I can't say I'm that far off.
Yeah.
And it was plenty, when you were outside to come inside, it felt very good at 75.
Okay.
Because outside was very high. It was 105 degrees in Cincinnati one day. So 75 was okay. But if you're old, 78 is high.
It is.
Yeah. So, do you know what the average new car payment is now?
Let me think here. I would think it would be about 600.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's
the
what
average new car payment rose to an all-time high in the first quarter of this country.
I should say mine's
700.
$700.
It's $770 is Lending Tree citing data from Experian. That the average monthly payment for a new car rose to a record $770.
Wow.
A month for a new car. Lease is $619.
That's more than I pay for mine. I pay
and used car payments rose to $531.
Wow.
If you're in the 600 to 660 range on your credit score, you are averaging around $811 a month for a new car.
That's crazy.
If you score from 781 to 850, it's $753 for a new vehicle.
Crazy. That's insane.
So, yeah, an average new car now costs $46,247.
Wow.
It's almost impossible to buy a new car for most Americans.
Yeah, well, that's crazy, though.
I mean, we couldn't buy new. We had to buy used.
Yeah.
We bought a good used, but we had to buy used.
And there's nothing, I don't mind used cars. I mean, that's, to me, if you can save, mine I got a demo, and they took $4,700 off for being a demo. That's a decent savings.
It is pretty good. Well, let's move on here to Michael Dell. You know who Michael Dell is, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I know who he is.
Michael Dell of Dell Electronics.
Uh-huh. He
Dell
took
Computers.
he made a small company into a huge company.
Yes, he did. Well, he also is giving $250 gift to American Dream Millions for Kids, for millions of kids. In other words, these Trump accounts,
Okay.
you know, if you're born between 2025 and 2028,
Yeah.
the Trump account has $1,000 in it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he lowered it for between 216 and 224. He's put 250 in these accounts, so my two grandchildren can get these Dell accounts.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You must live in a zip code where the median household income is below 150K a year.
Oh, I do that.
Yes, both of my grandchildren live in
That's interesting.
a community less than that.
Yeah.
Now you can put in up to $5,000 of your own money. If you would put in $5,000 of your own money into your kids' accounts, by the time they're 18, it can grow to about $700,000. Is what they project if the stock market does year to year, what it's been doing year to year. You can't count on that, but I mean,
Right.
if it does.
Well, I mean, I look at it like this. The stock market's been pretty good to me. I mean, since I retired, the amount of money that I retired on, I've been taking out a decent amount every year, and I still have almost I'm 8 years later. I still have about the same amount of money after taking out a substantial amount every year. I still have the same amount that I started with. That's pretty
And that's
cool.
the way it should be.
Yeah, that's the way I like it. You know, because I didn't know. They told me I would be good for the rest of my life if the stock market stayed the same. Well, the stock market hasn't stayed the same. It's gone up every year, and luckily, the amount of money that I have now is what I started with, and that's after taking out amounts to live on. So that's I like it. So far it's been good to me.
On a piece of Trump news here, in more national news, Trump, the Secret Service missed 102 warnings before the Trump shooting on the where he got hit in the ear.
Really?
In Baltimore, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yeah, there were 102 warnings coming across local radio that the Secret Service never picked up.
Wow. Somebody should be held
This
accountable
whole
for
thing, well, the person's already gone.
that. Oh.
That is accountable for that. But the Department of Homeland Security Inspector General reported the Secret Service missed 102 local radio transmissions regarding gunman Thomas Crooks at the July 13, 2024 Butler, Pennsylvania rally.
Wow.
The agency failed to establish a joint communications room with local law enforcement. So local law enforcement is screaming that there's something going on. There's somebody on the roof. Something's not right.
Wow.
And there was no communication between local law enforcement and Secret Service.
Jeez.
Now that seems to me to be an elementary error that no one should make.
Yes, it should. That should be. There should be someone held accountable for that.
They disciplined 6 staffers with suspensions ranging from 10 days to 6 weeks.
Well, that's something.
Over it. The agency failed to establish that, while an undertrained operator left the controlled drone system inoperable during a nearly 9-minute drone flight, Crooks conducted unintended. In other words, a drone operator put the drone down, and went and did something else, instead of having the drone up, they would have caught Crooks in the process of climbing up to his perch.
Okay.
And no one caught it.
Oh, man.
I don't know if disciplining them 10 days to 6 weeks is enough.
I don't know. I think I don't know. That's a tough question there, because how long would you? I mean, other than firing them all together.
True.
And I'm sure that they definitely are sorry, because they have realized what was, that they messed up. So yeah, I would say that.
But that almost cost the life of the president.
Yes, it did. But I mean, you can't do anything once it's over. You can discipline them, but you can't. It's like, how much is enough, or how much is too much? There's a point where you say, okay, yes, I did it. What else are you going to do? You're going to cut their hand off? What are you going to do? They've been disciplined to a point, and if nothing else, the worst thing is that they have the humiliation of living with the fact that they were the ones that screwed up. So that is worth more than any amount of time that you could give them, or any kind of discipline you can give them, because they'll always be known as the people that messed up. I don't know. There's a point where I believe in that they should definitely be disciplined, but they're already living with the fact that they screwed up, and they know that they screwed up, and it's an embarrassment, and they're not going to be able. It's not like they're going to go into a bar and say, "Ha ha, I was the guy that was," It's kind of like embarrassing in many aspects. They're going to have to live with that for the rest of their lives, and they are being disciplined. And 2 weeks, that might be enough. I mean, I don't. At some point, we got to decide what is fair for them. I don't know what's fair. I don't know, because that's something that I would never want to be, that person that has to have the responsibility of making sure anyone gets taken care of like that. I mean, that's a big responsibility, and I don't know. I kind of wonder where you draw the line. So, you
got a good point, Mike.
Yeah.
Eugene Carroll is in the news again. She calls for Trump, the writer, calls for Trump to pay $5.8 million after the high court appeals failed. In other words, Trump owes her a lot of money. Eugene Carroll's the one that accused him of raping her.
Ah, okay. I was trying to remember that name. I wasn't familiar till now you said it. Yeah.
So there was a $5 million judgment that the Supreme Court refused to hear. And also, Trump is also appealing the $83 million defamation award granted Carroll in 2024.
Okay.
So that hasn't made it to the Supreme Court yet, but he is appealing to the Supreme Court for that one, too.
Wow.
Lawyers for President Trump requested Carroll's consent to delay the payout while they seek reconsideration from the Supreme Court, but her attorney, Roberta Kaplan, opposed the delay as unjustified. So Trump's trying to delay it as long as possible, but Kaplan requested that the court direct President Trump to respond within 7 days by July 7th, which is today, noting that with interest, the total amount owed has grown to nearly $5.8 million.
Wow.
So because he's delayed it so much, it's grown $0.8 million, $800,000. It's with interest and accrued.
That's a lot of money.
I tell you what, Trump, I told somebody, I could fill an hour just for Trump news.
You could, yeah.
I mean, there's other things happening in the world, but he could take up a full hour of this show without a problem at all. Yeah. And I'm sure you've got some more Trump news that I didn't even get.
I have a couple things that I try to prepare in case in case you miss something, and usually we're pretty close on things.
Do you want to do Elon first, or you want to go right to Trump?
Well, I mean, we might as well finish the Trump stuff first and then jump into Elon.
Let's do that. Okay, let's do that.
Okay, President Trump takes first trip on the new Air Force One to North Dakota. So he gets, that's that new one that he just got from the Saudi Arabians.
Qatars.
Huh?
Qatars.
It's ours? Oh, Qatar. I thought you said it's ours. Or then I thought you said guitars. I said guitars. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, but anyway, he took his first trip to North Dakota. Well, I want to see the plane on here. Why isn't that? It's not coming up. By the way, there it is. I got a news flash, and this is very, very important. You ready?
Yep.
They opened up my account on Facebook again. Don't tell anyone.
You're on Facebook.
Don't tell anyone. They'll put me back on hold again. Somehow I got back on again, and they're going to cut me off as soon as they get a chance. But anyway, went to North Dakota, and nice plane. It's almost big as mine.
He picked the color scheme. He He
Yeah.
is so busy, and yet he has time to pick the color scheme.
Well, you got to have the right colors. I mean, you don't want to, have the wrong colors. Anyway, so that's one thing that I thought was interesting. And then it says the U.S. will...
Gold pointed with gold, too.
Yes, look at and even if you look on the outside, paint it gold all around there.
It's gold. It's gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we got... let's see. The U.S. will not renew the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, which President Trump signed in 2018. Instead, they'll negotiate with each country before trade deal expires in 2036. So that's nice to know. And it says also, here's the U.S. Biggest trade deficits by country. Let's see what they are. By the way, can you see on the... Are you still not able to see the screen?
I'm seeing the screen now.
Oh, good. Then we can hopefully discuss this a little bit. Oh, come on, screen. Come on up. Oh, here we go. The countries. Here we are. Okay. Here we go. All right. So the deficit to China is $202.1 billion deficit. Mexico is $196.9 billion. Vietnam, $178.2 billion. Taiwan, $146.8 billion. Ireland. Why do we have a deficit with Ireland? What do we give Ireland, or what do we buy from Ireland?
There's something we buy from Ireland that's very important, and I can't think what it is right now. Maybe
I mean,
I'll remember.
Germany is $73 billion, and we get VW from them, don't we? So
And Mercedes.
But what are we buying from Ireland? Is that booze?
Potatoes, maybe a lot of potatoes.
Must be booze. Thailand, $71.9 billion. Japan, $63.9. Does anybody give us more than we give them? Looks like not.
No.
We let everybody take advantage
This
of
is
us.
one of the reasons. This is why the whole thing with tariffs started.
Yeah.
Because Trump looked at this list and he said, "This is ridiculous. We're going to start putting tariffs on these people."
I mean,
So that the trade wars.
Even Indonesia, $23.7 billion. That's a lot of billions.
A lot of doing.
I'm looking at this. Canada, $46.4 billion. South Korea, 56. What do we get? Oh, we get cars from Korea at least. What do we get from India? Tech support. Japan. Well, Japan's not surprising. Switzerland. What do we buy in Switzerland? Knives. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of pocket knives. Italy. Italy. Okay, I can understand maybe a little bit about Italy, but that's on the lower end. And Malaysia. Other than clothes, they don't have electronics or anything, do they? It comes out to we're down minus $1.24 trillion in trade debt. That's just crazy. No wonder we should take over some countries.
Well, I know why Trump tried to do what he did. The Supreme Court shot him down, but he tried.
Man, I'm really shocked at these numbers. I didn't know they were that high. No wonder he's upset. Jeez. Okay, so it says the U.S. goods deficit hit a record 1.24 trillion in 2025. China, Mexico, and Vietnam are three countries that the U.S. has the biggest trade deficits with. Is that the three top that were top here? Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Now Vietnam, I can tell you, is trying to work with America.
Okay.
They want to have a good. They're communists,
Yeah.
but they want to have a good relationship with America. Mexico, we don't have good relations with Mexico, and of course China is our adversary.
I mean, those.
So the only one they may work out is Vietnam.
Yeah, I mean, Mexico, that doesn't even count with the drug trade. the drug trade, it's a lot more. We buy a lot of drugs from Mexico.
We buy a lot of drugs from Mexico.
I'm just freaking weirded out by all this stuff. I didn't realize it came out to that much money. It says here in 2025, America imported far more goods than it exported, pushing the U.S. goods trade deficit to $1.24 trillion. The top 5 countries alone account for roughly 67% of the trade deficits. The chart ranks the 15 countries where the U.S. runs the largest good trade deficit, led by China, Mexico, and Vietnam. From semiconductors to autos to consumer products, these trade relationships underscore how deeply American demand is intertwined. That's insane. That year over year, China is 32%. Oh, is that minus? Is that or is that plus? That might be minus 32% year over year, because maybe we did some difference to them. Mexico year over year is 15%, so they went up. Vietnam 44%. 44%? That's a big change.
Yeah, Trump's working on Vietnam. I don't know about the rest of them, but I know he's working on
Taiwan, look at this, 90% year over year.
Chips. That's chips.
Yeah, but oh man.
Because Trump is trying to get Taiwan to invest in the United States to build chip manufacturing plants in the state.
So
Taiwan doesn't want to do it because, see, America is pledged to protect them from China.
Huh.
And if we get our own plants in the United States, then we're not going to give two craps what happens to Taiwan.
Right. Well, the year over year change that we're doing less with is China. Where's the other ones? I saw 14%. Germany, Japan, South Korea, Canada, Switzerland, and Italy. Those aren't the big boys for the most part, other than China. I'm really shocked. Wow. No wonder he raised a fuss. Wow, this is a lot of money. I guess I now understand a little bit better what he was trying to do and why he was trying to do it. I didn't realize.
He was trying to level the playing field.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that was that deep. I mean, if you're talking about, unless they're talking about we do this much with them, but
no, that's how much.
That's the deficit.
That's the deficit. In other words, we're giving them money, they're giving us money, but that's the difference. They're taking more money from us than we're taking from them.
That's crazy. That's just crazy. I now understand why he pushed so hard. And now I can respect it a little bit more. That's crazy. All right. Anyway, so we got that. Last year, do you want to guess how much income Trump earned?
Well, I know he made some big stock hits, but I don't know how much he earned now. No idea.
Just pick a number. Pick a number.
Okay, I'm gonna guess he earned $500 million.
$2 billion in income.
$2 billion. And he's not even supposed to be managing his own stuff.
He's probably not managing it. I'm sure he didn't make those decisions. He probably had people do it for him because I'm sure he doesn't have time to learn that stuff. Definitely don't have much time as president because he's always working. All right. Okay. In a landmark ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned a landmark precedent known as Humphrey's executor, giving the president vastly more control and authority over federal agencies like the SEC, the FTC, the FCC. The ruling, Trump versus Slaughter, was about the FTC Commissioner Rebecca Slaughter, who was terminated from her promotion or her position by Trump without cause. It is a concurring opinion by the Justice Neil Gorsuch. That may be of most interest to Hollywood. He cites FCC Chairman Brendan Carr's public criticism of Jimmy Kimmel as evidence that the agency has too much power. So do you know anything about that? Or?
Yeah, Trump came in and he didn't like some people in key positions, and he wanted to change them. And so he fired them, and they refused to leave. And so it got all the way up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has sided with Trump. That he can fire them. So what's going to happen is that he's going to put people in place, and if, let's say, a Democrat wins the next presidency, they'll all be fired, and he'll put people in place.
Right.
And then if a Republican wins, he'll fire all those people and put his own people in place. And we will have destroyed all the independence that these supposed agencies are created to have, independent from that type of political shenanigans.
Okay. Well, it doesn't necessarily sound like a good thing.
No, I don't think it is. But Trump thought he would win, and he took a chance, and he did win. So good for him. But I just think these people were supposed to be elected nonpartisan. Now, they're always going to come in there with their politics. You're never going to be able to remove
their
politics, but they're supposed to be nonpartisan. Now they'll never be nonpartisan. Because Trump will just replace everybody that he doesn't like, and then the next president will come in and replace everybody he doesn't like.
Right.
And so it's a free-for-all.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see here. All right, now Musk news. This one I got just today or yesterday. Musk cuts. The Musk cuts leave $11 billion hole as rehiring begins. So federal agencies are now scrambling to refill positions eliminated by Elon Musk's cost-cutting initiative, marking a stunning reversal that exposed the failed experiment in government efficiency. The Department of Government Efficiency officially ended July 4th, 2026, leaving behind an $11 billion budget hole and desperately understaffed federal workspace that agencies are racing to rebuild. So all the work that Elon put in is for nothing.
Yep, and Trump's going to allow it to happen.
Well, I mean, I guess if nobody else cares, why should he even, put the big... They were the minority anyway, and it was going to happen anyway, so I guess that's the best way to do it. I don't know. I kind of think that they may have overdone it, but I think that the efficiency...
They probably did overdo it. They were zealous and probably did overdo it. But
yeah.
$11 billion worth?
I think that it was a good idea. Just, the problem is that it just went a little bit further than we expected it to, maybe. Did we talk about we talked about the soldiers shooting, right? We talked about that. I know we
Yes.
talked about it before. I didn't know if we talked about it when the show started. So we did talk about that already.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Tesla begins testing steering wheel and pedal-free cyber cabs in Austin, Texas. They're going to start their cyber cabs there, and they're now these are the cars, and they do not have steering wheels or pedals. So they've got to work right. In other words, because there's a problem if they don't. But there's no way that they, if you're riding, and the thing is, the the other cabs, the other company,
The Waymo.
the Waymo do not have them either, I think. So
Correct.
they got to just.
My son-in-law and my daughter got in one in San Francisco, and it was very unnerving, they said, not to see a steering wheel or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the problem with those is that, the problem with the whole situation is especially with Waymo, is if they have an issue, let's say the computer that runs them in corporate has an issue and they have to shut down, the car is going to pull over and not be able to move. With Teslas, since they are autonomous, but they run off the computer in the car, they can continue to run without a steering wheel. However, I've had issues where the car, decides it wants to go a different direction that doesn't work. You have no way of doing it any other way, and I'm curious how that's going to work out with the Teslas. I mean, it's rare. They've got it pretty much down. I've run into very few times that it isn't right, but there are some times that it doesn't work, and that lets me. I'm a little concerned about that because you don't know how to make that correction. So. There is an issue with that as far as I'm looking at it. Electric vehicle lifespans could potentially be doubled by applying physical pressure without changes to the battery chemistry. This is exciting. So the big deal.
I'll be right back, Mike.
Okay.
You just go.
The big deal with that is, of course, that the battery itself is going to be the same size and weight, but the battery will last twice as long. So where like, for instance, I get about 300 miles, about 320 miles to the charge, I will get roughly 640 miles to the charge without any more space being taken up or weight added to the car. So that potentially could be a big win to the electric industry, not just to Tesla, but to everyone. So it really is important to me to see that kind of happen because if anything, the one thing that I want is range. That's what we all want. And now we're talking about the similar technology that's in there now. That's not to overlook the SSD technology that they are looking at as well, and those you could get approximately 1,200 miles to the charge if they went with SSD. But SSD is a little more complex with, and those are a lot lighter and they're a lot quicker to charge. The thing about the charging issue or charging would be with the higher density is that it wouldn't take any longer to charge them. But with the SSD, it would be a lot quicker. So it says some gains of unheard development tweaks. It says the battery composition usually results in 5 to 10%. They're talking about really doubling what they're going to get out of the charge with this new technology. They found the pressure from the bellows needs to be in Goldilocks zone, whatever that means, or a 12.5 bar. That's roughly 4 times the standard of the cell batteries. And it says outside the zone, the batteries fall faster. So basically, I mean, I just think it's nice to see a big update, because we haven't seen anything in battery range change. I mean, in other words, Lucid gets roughly, I think it was 500 miles to the charge, but you say, how could they do that when, you know, when Tesla's only at like 350, whatever it is. Well, what they did was they just put bigger batteries in, and it's a heavier car. So we're trying to find a way to make it lighter or get the same weight but more distance, and that's what I'm really basically talking about it with those. So, all right. The other thing is, we talked about this last week. We talked about the guy that drove his Tesla, and he said he was on full self-driving or autopilot. He didn't know which, and the car took off, and he couldn't slow it down, and it rammed into a house and killed a woman. Well, that's been refuted.
He has been charged with manslaughter.
Yes, and also Musk disputed it. He said, no, that's not how it works. The guy thought that, you know, nobody knows how this stuff works, so I can make up anything and they'll get it and they'll believe me. Not when you're talking about a tech company. And with that tech company, they keep very, very valuable records on everything you do. If you do anything, if you run into somebody, if you, you know, they know it all. They definitely understand, because the first thing someone's going to do is they're going to blame the car company, and if the car company doesn't hear it, who knows? They may actually believe you. But if they're going to, you know, if you're going to blame the car company, you're going to take on $1 trillion company and try to tell them a lie. That doesn't work. According to the story here, it says Martha Avila died from injuries sustained when Michael David Butler's Tesla Model 3 crashed through her Katy, Texas home on June 19th. The 44-year-old told investigators he was making a DoorDash delivery when he adjusted music on the touch screen before losing consciousness. Losing consciousness, really? It must have been some really good music he was listening to here. And was Avila was airlifted to the hospital but could not be saved. Butler was arrested and charged on Thursday by the Harris County Sheriff's Department. Court documents reveal that the vehicle reached 73 miles an hour in a residential area, more than double the posted speed limit. Now that could happen if you're on full self-driving. See, I was explaining this to a friend of Christine's this weekend. She asked how or why I was doing 70 in a 55, and I explained, look at the cars that are passing me. They're doing 80, 85. The car's going with traffic. If traffic is going at 70, it's going to go at 70. If traffic is going at 60, it's going to go at 60. So what you do is you tell the car what you're willing to do, and I usually give it, like on the regular, I give it 5-6 miles over the speed limit. But if the traffic is doing 10-15 miles, and I'm saying not just one, I'm saying if traffic flow is doing 15 miles, we don't want to be the ones that are slowing down traffic. So
Correct.
it'll tell you it'll go automatically.
You're as dangerous as someone speeding
Correct.
10 miles faster than everybody else.
So, I mean, and some people don't like the idea that it does that, but, you know, I'm okay with doing it. So, yeah. Also, I forgot to tell you this. There's 2 other articles that were Trump related. One, former Olympic canoe racer David Hearn indicted, accused of vandalizing the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Now,
yep, he was caught red-handed.
yeah, and that was funny because I thought Trump was lying, saying, you know, we did it, we fixed it, you know, but apparently there was somebody that actually was doing. I mean, what was the point of doing that? If you were the
not to bash on liberals, but he's a liberal who wanted to do something that Trump wanted to fix. He wanted to undo it.
And that's stupid. I mean, why? There's nothing to gain on that.
It's a reflecting pool. Get into the mind of a right-wing fanatic or get into the mind of a left-wing fanatic. You're not going to come up with rational thought.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a waste. First off, now he's going to be, who knows what. Who knows what he's going to have to go to court and all that stuff for something that, it's one thing if you could, okay, if Trump really did something wrong, really, if he was lying about fixing that reflecting pool, and they didn't do it right, okay, call him out on it, which they were calling him out on it, but he didn't do anything wrong this time. What point is it that you actually step in and actually create an issue with the pool? I mean, actually, he's vandalizing this pool. At what point? I mean, there's just no. It's one thing if you're telling the truth, but it's another thing you're vandalizing the freaking reflecting pool. What was the point of it? There's no point, except that he's now going to be fined or go to jail or whatever it is for a stupid thing.
Well, Jean Pereira is going to make an example out of him.
I hope so. Because this kind of stuff is ridiculous. This is the kind of stuff I don't mind calling someone out on if Trump didn't really have the original, it didn't do it right. If he did something wrong on that, but he didn't. So now this guy caused more cost on this reflecting pool, and now he's going to go to court, which is causing more things on the court that we don't need. I don't get the mindset of people that are that pro the politics that you're willing to break the rules. I don't see what the point of that was. So I just think it's really ridiculous that that's a situation. So I don't get that whole thing. I do get that if Trump hadn't done what he said he was doing, which was having the pool fixed, okay, call him out on that. That's cool. I'm good with that. But the fact is that, he didn't. And lastly, there was something you said on Charlie Kirk, right? We talked about Charlie Kirk a little bit. Did we talk about this? Yeah. Professor receives $1.9 million after the Charlie Kirk post backlash.
No, we didn't. Go ahead.
Okay, did you?
I didn't hear about this. So
okay. A Tennessee professor fired for celebrating the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk will receive $1.9 million from the university to settle a lawsuit claiming her constitutional rights were violated. The settlement resolves a case that raised questions about free speech boundaries for public university employees. So she got fired for celebrating Kirk dying. And right. So she was fired for that. She said it was that the world was better off without Kirk following his murder at the university. Her post stated that Kirk's children were better off without their father, whom she called a disgusting psychopath, and she disparaged his widow as well. The university fired her on February 11th after the post drew withdrawal criticism. Okay, this is a freedom of speech thing. I'm sorry, I don't agree with what she's saying, and I think it's poor taste what she's saying. But I don't think she deserves $1.9 million for it. I think our system is out of control as far as,
Well, to me, that's taking free speech a bit too far.
Is there a too far?
Well, not in our system, no. There is not a too far. You can't incite violence. That's the only limitation justices have ever put on free speech is you can't call fire, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater, right, and call and hide behind free speech.
I mean, it shows who she is.
But I would go to her. I would have gone to her and say, "You're really not welcome here anymore. I can't fire you, but you're not welcome."
Yeah. I mean, it's poor taste. There's I don't know.
Well, it just shows. I wouldn't want to be her. I wouldn't want her as a professor.
Right. And the thing is, if you're a professor, you're teaching young kids. You should be teaching them without
Prejudice.
Yes, that's the word. I don't know. I just think that people they should understand their role, and her role as a teacher is not to be partisan. I don't think she deserved 1.9 million.
No, I don't think she deserved that either. But
I mean, I don't know that she deserved to lose her. Well, she probably did. She probably did deserve to lose her job because she shouldn't be spouting that stuff as a teacher. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I hate when people give their views when they're supposed to be. They're not supposed to give their views. And do I have anything else?
Judge rejects.
I do have a question here. Hamas says it's dissolved. Its government in Gaza will transfer power to the U.S. Backed National Committee for the Administration of Gaza as part of the ceasefire. Now, this may be before the issues, but
no, this is accurate and this is current.
Okay,
all right, you got a current article.
Okay, so here's the article.
Okay. Yeah.
Bring up the article. So I did see this, and I wanted to find out what this was all about. To a UN-backed committee. Dissolves its government to Gaza to transfer power to a UN-backed committee.
Okay. This is what's going on, Mike.
Okay, tell me.
They're not laying down their weapons.
Okay.
They're just getting the headache of running Gaza off their back. So now they can concentrate fully on trying to kill as many Israelis as possible.
Oh, well, there you go. You made that sound real easy. Okay. All right. That still makes no sense.
It's a pain in the butt. You know, if you're a terrorist organization, it's a pain in the butt making sure that widows get fed.
Right.
You know, so they gave that up. They gave up making sure widows get fed. But they're not giving up their weapons. So.
Okay.
But it is a step in the right direction because it was important to get Hamas to give up that part too.
Okay.
So it was a small win. I don't want to minimize it. It was a small win. However, the government-backed agency, the UN agency, is probably going to hire all the Hamas government employees to run it anyhow.
Okay.
Because who else is going to run it? Who are the ones that know where all the widows live?
Yeah. And
there Hamas government employees.
Here's another thing on the Kirk murder hearing that I don't think you mentioned. Says here, prosecutors this week are publicly unveiling their evidence in the murder case of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who was fatally shot, blah, blah, blah. It says the defendant, 23-year-old Tyler Robinson, is charged with aggravated murder. He has not entered a plea as of this writing. Day one of the hearing included testimony from former campus police officer Chris Bagley, who said authorities found what appeared to be this. Oh, you did talk about this. The sniper pad on the campus roof overlooking the event. So actually, I guess you did talk about that because you said that you said something about they found. Did you or didn't you?
No, I was talking about the Trump shooting.
Okay, all right. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Says here the sniper pad on the campus rooftop overlooking the event. Prosecutors also outlined evidence they plan to present over the coming days, including DNA evidence, autopsy findings, an alleged confession, and a video interview with Robinson's former roommate and romantic partner. Read the alleged confession and documents here, which would be here. So that kid, I just, at his age, to think that he would be tied up in all this stuff, he just destroyed his whole life. So it's such a shame. But anyway, that one I saw, and then there was Trump fires back at museum over extremist history agenda. A newly released White House report charges that leaders at the Smithsonian Institute of National Museum of American History have abandoned a traditional scholarship in favor of extreme political activism, using America's flagship history museum to advance an ideological agenda focused on racism, oppression, and inequality rather than balanced on historical education. So the museum...
They are extremely liberal.
Okay.
And they are... the leaders of the Smithsonian Trump has wanted to fire. He now can do it.
Okay.
It's a matter of proportion.
Okay.
I think we need to talk about our racist past.
Yes.
And we need to own up to the fact that we had slaves in this country and Jim Crow laws, and relegated a black man to 3/5 of a human being. We need to own up to that, but we also did some good things, and it needs to be about. The Smithsonian is the national historical organization. It needs to be balanced.
Yes.
And it's no longer balanced. It is extremely progressive in its view of history.
Okay. And lastly, Trump says Walmart cut prices at his request, but Walmart's statement omits the administration's role. I don't know if I believe that they were cutting prices at Trump's request, but I don't know. What do I know?
Well, he might have made the request, and they might have cut it, but the two may not have been a correlation.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny, and you can't take credit for everything which Trump likes to do.
Of course. If we didn't have a show where he took credit for something he didn't do, we wouldn't have a show.
We'd have to talk about other things, and
Yes.
we'd have to fill an hour that we didn't, or an hour and a half, or whatever it is, with something else. Oh, yeah.
Did you talk about Musk avoiding judge rejects Musk's bid to void Twitter investor fraud verdict?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, on Monday, U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer in San Francisco rejected Elon Musk's motion to void a jury verdict finding he defrauded Twitter investors during his
I did read
billion
about that.
payment.
Yeah, I didn't add that. I don't know why I didn't add that, because I was trying to. You got to understand, I haven't had Facebook in a long time, so I was still focused on Facebook. And then I didn't have electricity.
Internet. They didn't have internet.
Yesterday, or was it yesterday? I think it was partial. Yeah, it was yesterday up in for half, or at least more than half the day. So that kind of screwed me up on getting stories and stuff. So I was scrambling today to make sure I had enough stuff, and it looks like I had enough stuff anyway. So because when I look at it, I'm thinking of all the things I have that we're not going to get to read because there's so much that has been going on. So,
well, you might be interested in this. I just have a couple here. I just want to pick and cherry pick here. Here's one.
Okay.
Netflix uses AI to recreate Gene Wilder's voice for the Wonka series.
Okay.
Did you? So Netflix will premiere Wonka's The Golden Ticket, a 9-part reality competition series using an AI recreated voice of Gene Wilder to guide 12 contestants through challenges inspired by the 1971 film.
Wow.
So I thought that was a good use of AI.
Yeah. Well, I mean, accepted. Are they going to compensate Wilder's family since Wilder's no longer with us? Oh, okay. That's good.
Yes. His widow says she is delighted to introduce his magic to a new generation.
That's good.
So she is fully on board with it.
Okay.
And she would have to be. I mean, if she didn't want it to happen, it couldn't have happened.
Okay.
Because she controls his estate. So
that's cool. All right.
And Mel Gibson, Mel Gibson did The Passion of Christ. Did you ever see? I think I've asked you this before.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Did you ever see The Passion? You didn't watch it.
No.
Well, it's going to get re-released, updated version of it, in this year, because Resurrection is coming in 2027. So the second part of, in other words, The Passion of Christ took him up to when he was laid in the tomb. Resurrection is going to be from his rising from the dead until he ascends into heaven 40 days later.
Okay.
It's going to cover the 40 days that he's here talking to his disciples.
Interesting.
So I thought that was interesting. And Vera C. Rubin Observatory begins 10-year sky survey. So this Vera Rubin Observatory launched into space as a telescope. It was launched in Tuesday, June 30th. Officially began its 10-year legacy survey of space and time, capturing a comprehensive time lapse of the universe. It's not a space telescope, I'm sorry. It's a mountaintop in Chile.
Okay.
So that's a big deal. If you're into astronomy, which I kind of am, it's a major, big deal.
Okay.
Yeah. Take it away, Michael.
All right. Jelly Roll files for divorce after a 10-year marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. That's, I don't know. He's lucky, I think, to have a girl. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Irreconcilable differences. Anyway, the America 250 Commission yesterday revealed the contents of a 900-pound time capsule due to be buried in Philadelphia on July 4th and dug up 250 years later. All 50 states, 5 territories, 3 branches of government, and Washington, D.C. contributed a keepsake commemorating life in 2026. California offered an AI prediction of what the state would be like in 2276. Georgia donated a painting of the Masters logo, and Maine submitted a bone from an endangered whale. So there's all kinds of contributions. We can take a look at the contributions and see what they are. America's time capsule. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Pictures. Come on. It's supposed to show me images. I don't see images. Oh, here we go. All right, there we go. There's the time capsule. What's in it? Doesn't tell. Okay, Alabama gave poems. Oh, wow, that'll be enlightening. Alaska gave a map of Due Archangel, Alaska. No, is that what it gave? Really? Oh, yeah. An Alaskan flag. American Samoa gave uncirculated coins. Arizona gave copper ingot. Arizona bar. Arizona State Quarter, 250th challenge coin, a laser etched challenge coin, a letter from the Secretary of State, a Arizona Commission letter. Arkansas gave a letter from the governor of Arkansas and a diamond. So let's go to your state and my state and let's see what we gave.
I was just going to suggest let's go to Ohio.
Wait, let's look at Maryland, because Maryland gave a challenge coin and a state of Maryland executive order. I thought it said execution order, but
that's what I thought it said too.
Yeah, that's funny. Then what do we got here? Where are we at here? Ohio should be coming up here. Ohio, state of the state of dress. American 250 coin, Ohio coin, fabric from the Wright brothers flight. Oh, that's interesting. America 250 label lapel pin. Hopewell Earthworks coin. What is an what
That's
is it?
burial ground for indigenous population.
Oh, okay. Underground railroad coin. Governor's
Yeah,
inaugural coin. Heart of it all lapel coin or lapel pin. So yeah, your state gave a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Pennsylvania, letter from the governor of Pennsylvania, and an America 250 PA booklet. Boy, we really gave a lot.
Yeah. There's also one other thing they gave that isn't listed there.
What's that?
It was the opening game lineup card given to I forget which year, but I think it was 2011.
For which
this
state?
year, it was the opening, Pennsylvania. It was
Okay.
the opening game between Washington Nationals and the Philadelphia Phillies. Is also in there.
Well, see,
And you know what? Well, you know what that's going to mean 250 years from now?
probably the
Absolutely nothing, like most of this stuff.
yeah. They're probably thinking, what they give me that for?
What's a baseball?
Is that the
What's
best they could do? They gave me a letter from the governor. Jeez.
Tennessee gave a poster.
Yeah. Ooh. Texas State seal glass chiseled paperweight. Well, at
There
least
you
they
go.
can keep the letters from the governor down. I don't know. Hey, Utah sent 101.
Certificate of 100 shares. Go back to
What'd you say?
go back up. Just a little.
Yeah, certificate of 100.
Certificate of 100 shares, tickets, and auto pass.
Well, at least they can get through the turnpike.
I wonder what those 100 shares of 1,000 shares will be worth in 250 years.
Let's see here.
That might be worth fighting for.
The Red Warrior Mining Company 100,000 share certificate. 1,000 shares. Oh man, that's funny. Wow. I don't know. I think it's funny. Yeah, at least they gave a lot of coins. A lot of places seem to give coins, and they're going to be like, well, we don't use coins. We use all paper. We all use credit cards. We don't need coins. So
No, we just put our hand under a light.
we don't use money. We just
Yeah.
we press a button and it appears in the like Star Trek. You push a button and you tell it what you want and it just makes it. How about you want a hog coin from Wisconsin?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jeez. Oh, Wyoming, just a letter. We didn't have anything. We just gave you a letter. Oh, man. It says all 50 states, 5 territories, 3 branches of government. It says here the National Archives currently holds the bicentennial time capsule created in 1976 and to be opened the 300th birthday. I guess we're not going to see that. That's funny. Fire erupted yesterday at the main cathedral at Kiev. So, anyway, I saw that and thought that was interesting. So we'll get rid of this. Then we got, San Francisco schools chief dragged before Congress to defend race, gender, and identity lessons. I guess they are anti. Are they anti or pro? Let me see here.
The school district's pro, and
Okay, San Francisco Superintendent Dr. Maria Sue heads to Capitol Hill this week to defend the school district's ultra-liberal practices as federal scrutiny grows over race and gender identity lessons.
it's a clash between conservatives and liberals.
Yeah.
The problem is, if you're a conservative, the school districts in this country are run by liberals.
Ah, okay.
That is a problem.
Well,
It If you're a conservative, it's a problem. If you're a liberal, it's not a problem. But
Yeah.
if you're a conservative, it's a problem.
So in 2016, after working on military drones, Doron Merdinger began sketching a flying car. He saw how quickly the tech had advanced, and some people would fly from driveways, so he built a Durrani. Let's see what it looks like. Well, this is something that's coming out. It's going to be an investment. There you go. You can buy one of those. This is going to be a flying car. They're gonna. It's great timing. The urban air market is worth $4 billion today. By 2040, Morgan Stanley puts it at $1 trillion. By 2050, $9 trillion. And with 600 plus reservations for Durrani aircraft and $240 million in potential revenue already, the demand is undeniable. So keep your eyes open for Durrani. That might be my next car, especially if it's electric. I'll save that one. I'll save. Okay, we'll leave that go. Okay, where else? Okay, so NBC. Okay, so there's going to be a split with Comcast and NBC possibly. They're thinking of making it into two different companies instead of one company. So Comcast co-CEOs Brian Roberts and Mike Kavanaugh told Wall Street analysts that the company's up for sale. Monday, they proposed a spinoff of NBC Universal. Is absolutely proposed that the spinoff of NBC Universal is absolutely not about setting each side of the company up for sale. Indeed, their argument is that the split will give each company a stronger hand to cut deals, splitting the debt load accordingly. So I'm not sure how. Instead of one company handling all the debt load,
right, they're going to share it between two.
So it says
which
here,
will lower it, and you can get better deals on borrowing money.
Yeah. So it says making moves, part one, as the future of NBC Universal enters a new phase in its planned split from Comcast. The media company continues to cut deals for Peacock streaming service. The latest news. Peacock is coming to YouTube primetime channels in a bid to try to grow the streaming services and the subscriber base. YouTube said Monday that Peacock's premium service tier, which does not include ads and costs $16.99 per month, and is now available through its primetime channel subscription, which I already have the expensive one because I don't like commercials. And then part two of that is NBC has unveiled a pact with Starz to make streaming destination for the Outlander and Power franchises available to select Peacock subscribers for $11.99 a month, with bundling increasing. You can buy. It's a special deal you can get if you have Peacock. You can buy Starz for cheaper. Now, my understanding is that if you have Comcast, they're going to give you Starz for free if you have Peacock, which I do. But I didn't see anything where they started doing that yet. So I'm interested to see.
So when's the contraction going to start, Mike?
When's what?
When's the contraction going to start? Because all these streaming services can't make it.
That's a good question. I think one thing that they need to do is lower the rates. I think they want too much. Look at Netflix. Netflix is very expensive now. And
I'm paying $35.
Yeah, and everybody thinks they're going to get Netflix pricing. What people like, all the services like Peacock and all that think that they're worth that, but they aren't, because the programming that you get from Netflix is original and it's legacy stuff. Like I'm watching, I never watched Grey's Anatomy. Well, I'm up to season 8. They have 22 seasons. That's the only place I could see everything because you don't have an archive anywhere. If they expect HBO and all those, I think HBO is overpriced for what they offer now. HBO is not like it was before. They were the kings at one time, but because they were bashed around, they lost their name, got their name back, all that stuff. They've lost a lot of credibility in a lot of people's minds, and people don't want to pay the price. And the only reason I have HBO right now is wrestling, so I can watch wrestling when I want, and I can find it. The AEW's on there, but I could watch it for free if I wanted to watch it on TBS or whatever channel they're on. So, believe it or not, the Paramount deal is back in the news.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm
What's
not.
going on?
The UK is likely to intervene in the Paramount Warner Brothers deal. So we get through the United States, and now the UK is going to intervene. UK Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport, Lisa Nandy, released a statement Tuesday suggesting that there be a more formal action that'll follow. And she noted that the combined entity will own Channel 5's TNT Sports, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, CNN International, Paramount, and HBO Max, and suggested the issues around the consolidation on the demand video market are part of her concerns. A screenwriter has sued. Wait, is this still part of that? Oh, that's another one. So here's a story on that, where I'll tell you what, those people got to be beating their heads over this. They probably should have said, "Oh, we should have let Netflix have it," because this thing is just going out of control. It's $111 billion, and
got a life of its own.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
And they're probably laughing their heads off at Netflix in the boardroom.
Oh, I would imagine that Netflix is saying, "See, you should have stayed out of it." Because it would have been a different situation if Netflix did, because Netflix isn't like a channel per se. It's a streaming service. So I don't know. I just think it's bizarre that there was all that. He wanted it so bad. He raised the price of it, and all the things he did to take it.
It's costing him all this money to defend himself.
Yeah,
two governments.
Right. And now here's another story. A screenwriter's sued Illumination Entertainment and migration scribe Mike White for copyright infringement, accusing them of ripping off his script to make an animated feature. The screenwriter Kenneth Guevara claims in a lawsuit filed in California federal court that the film bears substantial similarities to his screenplay South for the Winter. Both works follow a family of birds whose homebody father reluctantly agrees to a road trip-esque migration. So, yeah, they're let's see here. The director sentenced to 30 months to 11 million Netflix. 11 million Netflix fraud. What's his? A director's sentenced to. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. Oh, okay. That's the next story. Sorry. I was going to say that didn't make sense. Okay. Director sentenced to 30 months to 11 million Netflix fraud scheme. He's jailed. 47 Ronin director Carl Eric Rinch was sentenced Monday to 30 months in prison for defrauding Netflix out of $11 million from a deal with the company to make a sci-fi series he never delivered. So, yeah, don't screw him up. This one here is really cool. There's a trailer for the new Hershey movie. There it is. So they, I think we talked about this a long time ago, that they were making a movie on Hershey Company. Did we talk about? I think we did, but I don't know.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah. So they've got a trailer for one. That's exciting. So and it's made by Angel Studios, which is the people that did the movie about the child trafficking. So it's a Christian pick, is basically what I'm saying. So it'll be interesting to see that movie. I'm definitely interested in it because I live near Hershey, but the story of Hershey, Milton Hershey, is quite a good story. I think it'll be a great story. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, that guy did a lot of stuff for her. I mean, to have a town named after you, you had to do something. So, I think it's going to be interesting to see how that movie comes out. I mean, I believe it'll be a good movie. Angry Birds has a third movie coming out. It's going to include Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, and they're going to navigate the challenges of parenting through birds. So that's a good thing too. Okay, where are we at here? Serena Williams loses her first singles match since 2022 U.S. Open and is eliminated from the Wimbledon. So that's sad. Serena Williams withdraws from the Wimbledon doubles game with sister Venus due to a knee injury, ending the comeback early. And LeBron James, 41, to leave the LA Lakers for record-extending 24th season. He's reporting being pursued by Golden State Warriors. So, yeah, I don't know.
And the Philadelphia 76ers and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Is he still really good? I mean, he's getting up there in age.
No, but he can still pass the ball and he can still do some things that are remarkable.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's to be in the...
Let's put it this way. If you had a chance to get him on your team, you would probably take the chance to get him on your team.
Probably, yes. Actor Danny Glover, 79, reveals years-long battle with Alzheimer's. 79. He was a lot of good movies. Under God. Do you know why that was added to the Pledge of Allegiance?
No.
Well, this is interesting. It's an anti-communist move. There we go. When President Eisenhower signed the phrase into law on Flag Day 1954, the intent was ideological to distinguish American democracy from godless Soviet communism. The author of the original 1892 pledge, Francis Bellamy, was himself a Baptist minister who believed in separation of church and state, making the addition an aversion to his intent. So that I found interesting. American pride hits a 25-year low.
Yep.
That's sad. I don't care who the president is. I really don't. I'm still proud to be an American. I don't care. But, yeah, here it is.
Think of the alternative. Where would you want to live?
Exactly. Well, some people will leave the country, like, what's her name? Rosie O'Donnell. And stuff.
Rosie O'Donnell.
I say, don't let the door hit you, if you don't really like this country. But I don't care who the president is. I mean, there's the country.
But Barbara's still around. Barbara Streisand. She's supposed to be leaving the country now a number of times and never did.
Yeah. Let's see here.
It's too nice to live here. You can get insanely wealthy if you.
And it's not even. But the thing is, you're talking about 4 years of someone being in the country. I'm not going to leave the country if I've been here for 60 and I worried about 4 years. I'm not worried about 4 years. I don't think we talked about this. The couple that climbed the Empire State Building to get married or to get engaged and then got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, I've seen this picture with a whole bunch of different things that people put their own flags up there. It was funny. Like eat more donuts or whatever, whatever the individual person did. But if I'm going to be engaged, I don't want to get arrested. That's not something that I would want.
Something to tell your grandkids about, though.
I guess I don't know. I want to keep my record good. I just think that it's funny that people would do anything for exposure. But the girl said she didn't know she was going to be being engaged. So I mean, how about if you took her all the way up there and she said no?
Said no.
Oh man, that would be funny. The Vatican declared yesterday, I don't know what yesterday was, the Society of Saint Pius X, Saint Pius X, has formally split from the Catholic Church after the traditionalist group appointed 4 new bishops without Pope Leo the 14th approval, despite the Pope's direct appeal not to proceed. The move excommunicates the bishops involved in the society's members. Marriages and confessions performed by its clergy are also no longer considered valid. Founded in 1970 by French Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre, SSPX emerged in opposition to the Second Vatican Council reforms of the 1960s, which allowed Mass in local languages rather than Latin and encouraged greater engagement with other faiths. SSPX has 751 priests and claims about 500,000 followers. What's SSPX?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I just know that it's a traditional group that is against modernizing of the Catholic faith.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then that would make more sense then. Let's see here. All right. So that's that. All right. That was the... Okay. California food labels can no longer include sell-by dates. After a new law went in effect yesterday, food producers can instead add best if used by dates, indicating peak product quality, or used by dates indicating safety. See the fine print. The law aims to reduce confusion. More than 80% of Americans discard unspoiled food due to label misunderstandings. See, this is a thing I got in discussions with Christine about, and that is the food is not necessarily bad if it says sell-by dates, or if it says use, you have to, like, certain date, if it's not open and it's sealed correctly, like, for instance, tuna, okay, I'll eat it even if it says sell-by date. If it's 20 years old, I won't eat it. But, if it's only a year, let's say it's a year difference, I'll still eat it. I don't know. It doesn't go bad. It's in a sealed can. It's in a sealed can. And she and I disagree on that really badly. So, I don't really, like when you see things that like if you say a sell-by date on something that's powder doesn't go bad. It's not, it's like saying sugar goes bad. Sugar doesn't go bad. There's certain things that you think, if you see a sell-by date, you're going to think it goes bad, and so throw it away. So you're throwing perfectly good stuff away. And like I have powdery stuff so that I make, like I made wings yesterday for dinner, hot wings. And I make my own sauce, but I have I use some of the powders, like there's a Thai powder that I use, and if it's sell by date, she would throw it away. I wouldn't. It's just a powder. It's not like it goes south. It's not like milk. Milk, is bad if it's bad. I don't think that there's an issue with a powder of sell by dates, So that's my belief anyway. So I saw that and found that interesting that they are changing it to best if used date. So here is three.
There's actually something that California did that I agree with.
Three of the nation's largest egg producers agreed yesterday to settle allegations that they artificially inflated egg prices during the bird flu outbreaks between 2022 and 2025. The companies Cal-Maine Foods, Versova, and Hickman's Egg Ranch will pay a combined $3.3 million to 17 states and donate 53 million eggs to food banks and nonprofit organizations to adopt stricter antitrust compliance measures. Investigators allege they manipulated a key pricing benchmark used by egg sellers and buyers, making demand appear stronger and driving up wholesale prices. The companies deny any wrongdoings. So that's
right. Then why'd they settle?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Why did you settle then? So, is there such a thing as a lottery curse?
Yeah, most people that hit the lottery go bankrupt.
And you know why? Because they don't know how to spend money. They spend
no,
it.
They don't.
They don't plan for things. There's a lot of people like Pam was good with money. She would run her credit cards up, and then I'd pay them off, and I'd say, "You do that again, and there'll be consequences." She'd do it again, and these people they don't plan. They just think, "Oh, I got lots of money, I can spend it on anything." No, you can't. I mean, I see these people that make money and they end up broke, and it's so stupid because, man, you give me $1 million, I could live on $500,000 for a long time. I could live on $10,000 for a while. I know what it's like to be poor. I know what it's like to not have any money, and I still, I don't spend money like I could. I could definitely spend, like I said, I still have the same amount of money as I had when I retired.
I mean, if they would take their winnings and they would invest it and live off the interest, they could live great for the rest of their lives. Their kids could live great for the rest of their lives.
I would take, let's say I made $1 million. I would take 200,000 and I'd blow it on something. The rest of the money I'd put away. If I made 10 million, I'd take $1 million and put the rest away. Put the rest in investments. The thing is, you got to plan things. You just don't go out there spending. Oh, I can buy this and I can buy that and I can buy this and I can buy that. Yeah, as long as you have a budget.
What happens. That's what they do. They go buy houses.
I'm amazed at how many lottery winners are broke, and most of them didn't have money before, so they think that. I got plenty of money. I got $10 million. Why can't I buy everything I want? No, you can't. You can't. You got to plan things.
You will run through it eventually.
I mean, even now, I'm careful. I mean, yes, I have bought a few things that are, my car. I paid half of the money for my car out of my savings or out of my investments. But I had because I spent back in the day when I first bought my Tesla. I took $10,000 that I had and I invested in Tesla stocks. I've not bought any more Tesla stocks. Today, when I bought the car, I sold half of those stocks. It came out to $60,000. My car was $115,000. Actually, After discounts, we were down to 106. But still, I paid more than half my car off with money that I invested. $10,000, about $5,000 of that, I sold. So it wasn't worth $5,000 anymore. It was worth $60,000 because it was put in the stock market. Now I could pay my car off as soon as I sell the other $60,000. But I'm not going to sell it till the stock goes back up. It's been hovering around $400 a share. I didn't pay $400 a share for it. So I could still do well if I did, but I'm going to wait till it hits $450, or I sold the last at $480 a share. So, even though I got dinged on taxes, it's worth it. So actually, I'll notice that. Yeah, I did that at the end of the year, so I won't have to worry about it this year. But I'm, that's why I got this car. I bought a $115,000 car with stocks. So,
but if you've never had money, Mike, you don't know how to do money.
Well, I've never had money,
so
and I just
but you did. You learned. Mm-hmm. You did it right. But most people don't. They just come into this money, and they think it's going to last forever.
Even if I won $500,000, I wouldn't spend $500,000. I'd put away most of it. I'd put away probably, if I had $500,000, I'd probably put away 480 of it, and I'd spend 20 of it. I'd fix up some more of my house. I'd do, whatever it is, but I wouldn't blow it on junk. I wouldn't blow it where I can't say, where'd that money go? I know where my money went. I know where all my money went. If I sat down and thought about it, I could tell you what I had to pay for everything that I own and where the money, why I have. There's a reason why, I'm good with money. I didn't have any when I was a kid. So I'm very, very picky about how I spend my money. Now, I do spend money more now than I ever did, but that's because I've got it, and I'm not going to live forever. But I'm not going to spend it so that I'm out of money. I'm just going to be careful how I spend it. I mean, buying a freaking robotic mower. Do I need a robotic mower? No. Do I want a robotic mower? Yes. So, I waited for the right time. I didn't spend $2,000 on it. I made sure I was getting it at a good deal, and I won't buy something big like that just to have it. So, I don't know. I think it's crazy people spend money that they don't have, or spend money that they do have so that they don't have it. I don't want to be one of those people. I want to be one of those people that when I die, there's money left. So,
no, they win a couple $1 million and they go out and buy 2 houses worth.
Yeah. I mean, would I like
millions of dollars and they have nothing left?
I was thinking about that earlier today because I was watching a thing on YouTube on houses that mansions you can buy for cheap. And some of these mansions were pretty cheap. Some of them needed a lot of work. And some of them, I thought, oh, that'd be really cool to buy that. And I could afford to buy that if I wanted to. And then I thought about it and I thought, well, why would I want to though? Why would I? And one of them was in Harrisburg, near the governor's mansion. It was a I couldn't afford this one. This was $1.3 million. But it was, and it was beautiful. I mean, it was really, it overlooked the river, and it was beautiful. And I would have loved to have a house like that, but not in the city. I want to be far away from the city, or like where I'm at now, because no one bothers me. I like being away from the sounds and stuff of the city. I even though Harrisburg's not really a city in comparison to some of the cities. Oh, by the way, I did an audition for a part in Ohio. We'll see if it's near Columbus. So we'll see if I get that. But I thought you'd like to hear that.
Yeah, if you go to Columbus, you're only an hour and a half away from it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because it's a couple days, so I would be there a couple days. But it'd be cool if that's the situation. So I've been doing. I haven't been looking for too much for auditions because I'm trying to get my stuff sold. So I've been kind of like putting off that kind of stuff. So Justice Department seizes nearly 400 illegal World Cup streams. So hopefully you're watching it legally. It's like, what? I didn't. Why is there the Department of Justice shuts down? Yeah, I didn't know there were that many that were illegal. I just didn't even. I mean, I haven't watched a single one. Oh yeah. Oh, this is a good one. I auditioned for a role for a commercial about World Cup, and it said, "Who's your favorite team?"
There you go.
And
What did you say?
Well, the one question was, who's your favorite team? Who are your favorite players? Why do you like those players? So I said I forget what I said my favorite team was, but my favorite players, I looked up on AI who the favorite ones are. And then I said, there was a question about how long have you been watching this? And I put, I'm a new watcher, and why do you like the sport so much? Or who do you want to win? I put USA, and then they said, why do you like? Or I forget what it was, but I put in why. They said, why do you like your favorite team? And I said, because it's the USA. You know, it was a. I had to speak it rather than type it, so I had to be enthusiastic about. And I said my favorite player was, and then I said, but this guy here is really good too. I basically had three of my favorites in my notes, and I just glanced over to see who they were, and when they ask, why do you like these guys? Because they're in the USA. So. I don't know if I'll get it, but, you know, it's wrapping up. I mean, I just did the audition last week, but it was just funny because commercials are what I like doing because they don't take a lot of your time up, and that's really all I've been kind of doing is commercials, just kind of because it's fun to not have to learn a lot of lines, and my main interest is, again, my stuff that I'm doing, and we're going to be pitching those soon. Real soon, but I decided I'm going to make up the paperwork for the other projects that I'm doing, so that if they say, what else do you have, I can tell them one of the other ones and say, here, this is the other ones, so that I'm prepared and I don't have to do it at the last second. So I'm going to make up the ones called the one thing that you have to have is a one page. It tells somebody what the thing is about on one page, obviously. Then the prominent characters, and then you have to do what's called a Bible, and that is giving a 5 to 7 page thing on what it is, and it's a breakdown of the different things that it's about and all that. And so I'm going to do that for all. I have one. The one for Flock is done, but I think I'm going to do it for all the different projects that I want to work. So, yeah, I'm working on that. So, all right. Well, I hate to say it, but our time's up. Yeah. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, probably a million things, but nothing at 10:04 at night. No.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of stuff we didn't talk about that I thought, I hope I have enough material. That happens every week. I do it all the time. So, oh, by the way, you're a Star Trek fan. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is having a season 4.
Yeah, it's the last one of the franchise.
Yeah, the last one. So I thought you'd want to know that there is a season 4. So, and also Tom Holland, who had a birthday in the past couple of weeks, was a Spider-Man. Oh no, that wasn't Tom Holland. It was the first Spider-Man. Oh, freaking A, I forgot his name. Anyway, Tom Holland finally confirms he's secretly married to Zenyatta, and Tom Holland was one of the Spider-Men. So just a little housekeeping here while I'm looking at it. Yeah. Oh, world's largest Lego hot dog. I gotta see that. Let's see what the world's... There it is. Oh, stop that. There it is. World's largest hot dog. Oh, he says sausage there. Guess how many Legos do you think that is?
Well, I don't know. How many?
65,000. Some people need a little extra things on their, a little more things that they need a better life. Although he got his picture in the on the internet, so I guess that's worth it.
That's his claim to fame.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well,
All right, man.
guess that's it. I guess I will talk to you next week then.
Talk to you next week.
We had a good show. Let me find my... There it is. All right. I will talk to you next week. And there we go.